Are graduating college with dreams of living on their own in New York City. Remember that? Oh my God, this summer's rental market may turn that dream into a nightmare.
Indeed. Right now, New York City is facing the toughest rental market we have had in years. And this comes as the city's Rent Guidelines Board discusses the possibility of freezing rent for stabilized apartment. This is your question of the day, of course, about a universal rent freeze. We'll check in on that real quick. Obviously, a lot of folks are in favor of it. So the question is there hope for housing this season? Will there be a freeze? Housing advocate and co-founder of Open Igloo, Alia Mohammed, is here with all those answers and more. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Nice.
Love the whole homage to the New York City Transit and all the rest. Let's start with the latest. The Rent Guidelines Board and the mayor's promise to freeze rent. The board met on Friday. What is the latest? What can you tell us?
So Rent Guidelines Board got together last week to discuss whether a rent freeze is on the table. And what they discussed is a 0 to 2% rent increase on one-year renewals and a 0 to 4% increase on two-year renewals. So we're going to get that final vote at the end of June, but a rent freeze is on the table for nearly 2 million New York City renters.
Help me understand what that means. When we say 0 to 2%, why wouldn't every landlord just pick 2%?
Yeah. So they're just discussing what they're going to choose in that range.
Okay,
so
got
come
it.
end of June, they're going to make a final decision.
So they'll pick one number, and that'll be the thing. Sorry, I thought they were going to leave it up to the landlords. I'm like, I don't think they're picking 0%.
JD, we're here on Earth.
Right.
Okay, so a lot of college graduates or just people who are moving here and they're thinking, oh, summer in the city, fantastic. The rental market, I feel like every year we say the rental market is the worst it's ever been. Where are we right now?
Tale as old as time. There are always so many people moving to the city and just not enough housing. So median rents in New York City are above $3,600 per month. And just to put that in New York City terms, that means you need to make a household income of $144,000 a year to qualify for one of those apartments. So a lot of new grads, a lot of students scratching their heads thinking, how am I going to afford this? We're seeing in Open Igloo, a lot of parents actually stepping in. 25% of our users are above the age of 55, and they're helping their adult-age children search for apartments in the city.
Right.
Wow. Some of the grads that are out there are hoping to score an apartment. They're looking for a unit with laundry. Maybe they're looking for a unit with outdoor space. A gym or a dog park, like our friends on Mall Drive. Give them a little tough love. Help set expectations here a bit.
I will give some tough love. So a lot of new grad students that I meet are looking for apartments in that sub $2,000 a month range. Those apartments are rare. They do exist, but you need to be strategic and you need to be flexible. So if you want the in-unit washer and dryer and dishwasher, you're going to make it a lot harder on yourself. To put things into perspective, 70% of apartments in New York City do not have an in-unit washer and dryer.
70.
So if that is your deal breaker, you have just eliminated the majority of the inventory in New York City. I tell students and new grads and all renters really prioritize finding a well-managed building from a landlord that takes care of their renters, and really try and get your hands on one of those rent-stabilized apartments, which you can do on Open Igloo.
Yeah. You know what? There's a whole culture at the laundromat. So
I agree. I love my laundromat.
I'm telling you, I remember when I lived in Washington Heights. It was a vibe. It was a whole vibe. Okay, so parents, first-time renters, what do they need to know before applying?
Okay, preparation is everything. Renting in an apartment in New York City is like getting security clearance. It is so invasive. They want to see every single piece of paperwork, references, tax returns, bank statements. So the more preparation that you put in advance, the easier it's going to be for you to pull that trigger when you find something you like.
Yeah, the last thing you want is wait. I think I do have that tax return. Can I get it to you tomorrow? Boom, the next person is already
is in
advanced
and
in the
they've
queue.
got their documents in order, so they're going to get to the top of the pile. Help me understand why, this might be the basic question, and I apologize, but why the housing crisis exists in the first place. If what we hear is, oh, people are leaving New York in droves, so many people are leaving New York, and then every street I walk down, somebody's building a building. So I feel like there's fewer people and more housing, and then every year we have this conversation, the market's the toughest it's ever been. What's going on?
Yeah.
It's a myth. The city is growing. People are coming to the city in droves every single year from all over the country, but also all over the world. And we just haven't been able to keep up with construction. So the silver bullet, and there is no true silver bullet, is we just need to build more housing.
Build.
And it needs to be fast, and it needs to be truly affordable. We can't keep seeing these new luxury developments for $5,000 a month studios, because that's not going to help the students coming to the city.
Even the ghosts of the studio agree with us. And also, I'm keeping an eye on some of the buildings buildings that already exist that are trying to be retrofitted into actual housing instead of office building. Can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, there's a lot of conversion projects happening all across the 5 boroughs, which is really exciting. It's a creative way to just bring more units and more variety, right? More studios, more 1-bedrooms, more 3-bedrooms. So really excited to see some of these office projects come to life.
Before we wrap up, rental scams. What are the big rental scams right now? What should people look out for?
She just took a big inhale.
She was like, oh, Lord.
So many rental scams out there. People need to be careful. Do not apartment hunt on TikTok and Instagram. As soon as someone WhatsApps you and says, hey, it's going to cost you $50 to tour this apartment, or apply before seeing the apartment because there's so much demand, that is a huge, huge red flag. Make sure that you are dealing with a verified landlord, a verified broker, and you can look for verified listings on OpenIgloo to make sure you're avoiding those scams.
You heard it here first. Alia, always the voice of reason. Thank you so much for joining us. Chock full of information.
Thank you for having me.
And vaya con Dios to all you families out there hoping to score an apartment this summer in New York City.